Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back. You know, every single time we hit a milestone, I always play the Rocky theme song. If you've been here for a while, you know that. So nothing new there, but I had to throw it on real quick before we get into the stream. I'll end this song now. I'll go back to the normal playlist, but I had to. Let me go back to the lo-fi. All right, so hopefully all that music was vibeful, but we are back. Another day in the market. Hope everybody's doing well. Very, very long day, but happy, very happy because we have hit 3,000 subscribers. Yet another milestone. Hopefully my audio is good. My audio, I was watching the playback of last night's stream and it kept on like making weird sounds. So I don't know, hopefully we're good. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Basically, I'm just going to talk for a few minutes, talk about the whole entire journey. After that, we'll talk about Bitcoin and the altcoin trades. Then we're going to talk about the overall stock market. Then I'll talk about Clover, Fisker, Microvast, which had a horrible day today after earnings, I believe. I'll cover the rest of the ongoing trades, and then we'll do take requests. But yeah, keep hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. The support for really in the last year has been really, really insane. Thank you all so much. And Guy, I don't know, that's really loud, sorry, but I don't know if that's the lump, but Guy, thank you for the $3 tip. Let's go. Vibes in the chat. Can we look at the stocks that started it all, Solo and Clown to Wrapped Ether? We'll take a look at both of them right now in a second here, but yeah, it's been a crazy journey. Tonight's stream is going to be a little bit slower. I'm not going to be looking at all the charts right away. I just want to talk for a little bit before we really get into everything, so just sit back. And yeah, while I'm talking, I guess we're going to be looking at the Solo chart, ironically. But it's been a crazy year. I mean, I think last October is when I started streaming, and it's definitely not easy to start streaming when you don't have any sort of a following. I remember my first stream, there was like nobody in the chat. I was just kind of talking to myself for like an hour straight and just looking at a bunch of different charts, and then slowly and slowly people started coming in. I remember a few of the day ones were Friggin' Cards, Print Headshots, Bala, Rooster. I'm sure I'm missing so many names. I'm just talking about the people that were there from like literally beginning. Appreciate everybody, whether you subbed a year ago or whether you subbed yesterday or today. Even in the last few weeks, I think I've gotten like 300 new subscribers. So appreciate all the support for real. Definitely all of you changed my life. We got Bala in the chat tonight, so that's perfect. How you doing, Bala? A real day one right there. And yeah, 3,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for yet another milestone. And I know some people say they're just numbers and whatever, but the way I look at it is every single one of those numbers is all of you. So it means a lot to me that 3,000 people like the stream enough to continue watching it. So thank you for all the support. Couldn't be here without Fisker, of course. Shout out to Fisker. Shout out to Solo as well that we're looking at for the lump, I think. And also shout out to Clown to Wrapped Ether. For being such a interesting chart. But yeah, we did it, and there's still so much more to do. The thumbnail of this video is just titled "The Future is Bright." Actually, this is the second time I've used that thumbnail. The only other time I used it was the first stream I did after I wouldn't say getting a lot of backlash, but it was like the first time I had you know, to overcome obstacles with everything that happened. I think it was March or whenever, when I started the premium stuff. But like I said, you know, back then I have a long-term vision for everything going on here, and hopefully I've tried my best, but hopefully all of you have enjoyed everything I've been trying to do alongside everybody in this amazing community. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of, I guess, get into the actual stream now, but had to just start off with a big thank you to everybody. And yeah, let's start off how we usually do with Bitcoin. This is probably the first ticker I ever looked at on stream. So this is the ticker that got me into trading. So shout out to Bitcoin, even though I don't really trade it much anymore, but always like to cover it. And we're going to talk about Bitcoin, the altcoin trades. We'll talk about the stock market, Clover, Fisker, Microvast, everything. But again, I just want to take tonight's stream slower. I just want to kind of talk to the chat a lot. Scrooge with a $30 tip. Let's go. More vibes in the chat for Scrooge with a $30 tip. Thank you for everything you've done for me, Scrooge. Thank you for yet another tip. And the message is congratulations on 3,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for the $30 right there. Let's get some vibes in the chat. I'm feeling good right now. It's been a really long day. I had like 4 hours of sleep last night. I was traveling for like 5 hours today. I spent 2 hours redoing this whole entire office that I'm at right now. I'm sure many of you remember this this chair or whatever. since before I went to Miami, but we're back. I have 4 different screens right now. I might share a picture of it tomorrow, but yeah, thank you very, very much. Let me see what's up in the chat, then we're gonna get into the market coverage. But again, just a slower stream today. I just want to kind of talk a little bit. And yeah, a lot of people in here in the chat right now. Let's see. DF says, let's keep the T far away from the keyboard. Ago, I will look at your Discord DM after the stream. Rips Runners T says, last night you talked about the Wyckoff method. What I don't understand is how the composite man can manage to accumulate millions of shares of stock and manage to get the stock price to decline. That's what can be done by market manipulators. And again, you know, the composite man is an imaginary figure controlling the market and accumulating shares. But if you really think about it, if someone were to have an immense amount of money, they can do things like control the level 2, you know, stop hunt newer traders with sell walls. They could short positions. They could do whatever really they want, or even just kind of, you know, look for stocks that are really doing nothing and just accumulating them over time. But there definitely is. I mean, I'm not too familiar with everything there, but you know, definitely, you know, when big money is trying to get into big positions, it takes a lot of tactics. Let me just put it that way. I'm not even saying like illegal stuff. I'm saying like, you know, just being patient, cost averaging into a position and all that different type of stuff. KTF says, someone donate 3K for some serious vibes. I mean, if anybody wants to, feel free, but I don't know if we're ever going to get a tip like that. Have had some crazy tips though in the past year. So again, thank you to everybody who's tipped the stream, everybody who's in the Discord, subscribed, everybody who's supporting me. Really appreciate it. The lump says 3K subs and we're looking at solo. KTF says Burry is not gonna like the thumbnail. I am gonna talk about Michael Burry today. I actually have 2 things I want to talk about. Hopefully I don't forget, but they'll pretty much be about ARK and Tesla. Let me just add Tesla to my watch list so I don't forget. But again, we do have a lot to talk about. I just want to kind of start off the stream with talking to the chat, seeing how everybody's doing, and then I will cover everything. So it's probably going to be a longer stream tonight. We'll see. Again, I'm on 4 hours of sleep, so I'll try my best. But a lot of vibes in the chat for Scrooge. And Champion Vibes T is also in the chat saying, is the T back? Am I officially back? Well, you know, I'm out of Miami now. I'm back home, or at another home. And 3,000 subscribers. This has been a staple of the stream. The tea is back. Every single night I will be drinking tea. If anybody is confused about why this is funny, I've dropped tea all over my computer probably 3 or 4 times live on the stream. So hopefully I don't do it again. I have it on a completely separate table right now, but yeah, the tea is back. It's a staple of the stream. We literally have somebody in the chat named Champion Vibes Tea. So we'll be drinking that when it cools down. I just made it. Let's see. DF says Printhead with the crazy tips back in the day. Even recently, it wasn't too long ago, Print had another crazy tip. So yeah, I mean, shout out to Print as well. You know, he's very humble, but I've said it all the time, definitely has changed my life. So yeah, would love to see him in the chat at some point here. Don't know if he's watching right now. We got Tar Heel in chat as well. Hope you're doing well. And what else? Pablo Esclovar, nice name. Here to give Champ my money to trade for me. Would inverse Pablo still apply? I saw Tar Heel talking about inverse Pablo. I don't know. But yeah, I have been asked by a lot of people to manage their portfolios or to trade for them or whatever. Fortunately, I'm not legally allowed to do that also because I'm not a financial advisor, but also I don't really know if I have time for that. I literally start college in a week or so. So we have that, but that's not going to affect the stream or anything. Just going to be working even harder. And then DF says drops tea as he speaks about it. Tar Heel says, Dan, I say that quote all the time and nobody ever knows. And then Adrian says, hi from Singapore. That's awesome to see somebody in Singapore watching the stream. Hope you're doing well. And I think that's most of the chat. So yeah, we got 44 people in here. I should probably start talking about the market and the charts now. But yeah, thank you for the tips. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Also want to say shout out to everybody in the Clover army. You know, definitely has pushed the channel over this market in the last couple of weeks. Thank you for being so welcoming to me, just trying to teach about technicals, but also obviously I've been talking about Clover quite a bit. So yeah, you know, Tar Heel, Coach, the Clover Twitter has been shouting me out a bunch. All of you, thank you for helping me out. Really do appreciate it. And you know, everybody watching the stream. So imagine we're starting the stream right now, but we usually start off with Bitcoin. really for Bitcoin, I don't have much to talk about on it. It's really neutral to me. Obviously, it was pretty bullish down here in the falling wedge with the bullish engulfing candle. It's had a crazy run since then. You're not overbought on the daily, so there could be more room to the upside. It's just kind of chopping around the 200 moving average. At this point for Bitcoin, I just want to see it hold above 41,000. That's their previous resistance. I want that to be the same. No way! No way! What? Print is in the house. So quiet, so secretive. Print is in the house. Wow. Oh my, sorry if I just screamed, but oh my gosh. I was just talking about Bitcoin randomly. Everybody was talking about Print in the chat like 5 minutes ago, and out of nowhere comes Print headshots with the $310 tip. Wow. Print, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think I've said thank you to anybody more in my life other than Print. Maybe my parents, but other than my parents, probably the most amount of thank yous have gone to Print from my mouth. But Print is back, super stealthy. I haven't seen him in the chat just yet. But Print, thank you again for everything you've done for me in the last year. Like I was saying it earlier, I don't know if you were in for the beginning of the stream, but I was talking about you and Bala and Rooster and friggin' Cards, like the real day ones, watching me when pretty much nobody else was watching me, giving me a chance, supporting me, and allowing me to be in this position. And Print is in the chat right now. Thank you for what you do. I try my best, and thank you for everything you do for me and everything you've done for this community. So, wow, $310 tip. I better see 310 vibes in the chat right now. Print, you're a beast. You're a monster. Yeah, and it's like on like all the big milestones too as well. I mean, you've sent tips all the time, but like even on the big milestones, like just a bunch of different times. I remember hitting 2,000, I think 2,500 as well. I'm sure 1,000. Like, thank you for everything you've done for me, Print. So awesome to see everybody in here. It's crazy to see what all this has turned into and how much more we still have to go. So say one more time again, I'll message you after the stream, but thank you Print for the $310 tip. Wow. A lot of hype right now in the chat for Print. Medi says we need a FTM Vibes ETF. Hopefully one day we could have all of us managing a portfolio together. Co-creator says, who is Print? Sorry, newbie here. Print has been around since literally the beginning of the stream, one of the day ones, and he's just always been super active in the chat. He's always provided me a lot of advice, you know, just messaging me, as well as all the other people that have helped me out. So yeah, he's been here since the beginning. I'm sure many people who've been in the streams know about all the tips Print has sent, but yeah, Print is the top donor, and I know he doesn't like me talking about it too much, and again, I don't want to kind of continue talking about it if he doesn't want me to, but just to put it lightly, has changed my life for sure. So yeah, it's super amazing. A lot of Print emojis in the chat instead of vibes. I love to see that. Cheddar Free says, taking all the vibes. CV Scrooge says, I remember the only time you were speechless it was Print's fault. Yeah, I mean, we got to make some sort of a montage or a compilation of just all my reactions to Print sending the tips. But yeah, Print, I really hope you're doing well. Thank you again for everything you've done for me. And like I've always said, you know, anything you ever need, I'm always here. Always feel free to reach out, and however I can continue to, you know, do what I'm doing right now, but also if you ever just need anything apart from whatever, just always feel free to message me. Thank you for everything. And yeah, I think we were talking about Bitcoin. We pretty much finished that. Just to recap the altcoin trades, I'm just going to say how much they're up since the entry. The link trade was literally like 10 cents away from the third target, which would have been a 100% gain like under a month, and then it pulled back like 30%. So I mean, it's still up 70% since the entry, so I can't complain, but so close to the third target. The NU crypto trade is up about 22% since the entry, and then the FIL trade is up about 21%. So the crypto trades are doing well. The stock swing trades are not doing the best right now. You know, looking at the ARK and the IWM since the start of July, they both are down quite a bit. A lot of the stocks that I put out swing ideas on are small caps and mid caps. So not the best market for that. Like I put out a tweet earlier just talking about how I've mainly been finding success in the last month and a half, just doing day trades and options and stuff like that. But Still trying here and there. And yeah, what I'm gonna do right now is talk about the overall market. We did have a little bit of a scare today. After I finish that, we'll talk about Clover and Fisker and Microvast and all the other ongoing trades, and then we'll do taker requests after everything is said and done. So let's see if this tea is cooled down. It's gonna be my first sip of tea on the stream in like a month. Making sure not to drop it. All right, so for the S&P 500, down 0.71% today. Still, I mean, regardless of the pullback today, it kind of looks the same. The market still looks like it's on autopilot. You know, definitely it feels weird to see the S&P drop 1%, because really, if you just look at like the last however many months, like most days are green, or not, I wouldn't say most days are green, but the overall trend has been very, very good. And then you just kind of see like those scares, and then you realize, oh, we are in that type of a bull market where a 1% move kind of freaks out everybody. But yeah, I was literally, I think, on a plane today when things started really falling, and definitely a lot of names did get hit, which we'll talk about later on. The Russell 2000 small cap index, unfortunately, closed under this white demand line, which is not good. It did have a fake out before though, so I don't know if it's going to be a fake out again, because it did actually print, pun intended, it printed a bullish pin bar on the daily kind of. So we'll see. I just want to see it continue to hold above the 200-day moving average, and apart from that, not too much. And then the ARK ETF also was down another %. I mean, really, if we look at the monthly chart for the ARK ETF, it's down about 11% since the start of July. So for all of you growth stock traders and mid-cap traders, myself included, it's definitely just been portraying what has been a rough month and a half for those types of names. You know, Michael Burry, I think we were talking about it last night, how we got a lot of, or not, I don't even remember what the amount was, but got puts on the ARK ETF. So we'll see how those work out. You know, today I did watch the ARK flush, but then if we go over to the lower time frames on the 1 hour chart, there's a little bit of a bullish shark harmonic pattern that it did actually bounce around the PCZ. And then also if we go over to the 30-minute chart, that's the 15-minute. If we go over to the 30-minute chart on the ARK ETF, right over here, you have classic bullish divergence on the MACD and RSI, and then you even had a bullish engulfing candle right over here, which is kind of where you bottomed out for the day, and then you went a little bit higher into the close. So we'll see. You know, a couple months ago, Michael Burry came out, and there was, you know, everybody talking about how he got, I think, like over $500 million in puts for Tesla. I don't think that has aged well so far. I don't know how he hedged that, so I can't speak on his position, but I believe Tesla is higher since he got those puts. And if you've been watching the stream for months now, I've been saying Tesla looks like it's kind of in accumulation. It looks bullish to me, and it has been pulling back for the past few days, but still is higher than it was in July. And then also for the ARK ETF, he got puts on it, and then today I traded calls on the ARK. So I'm kind of like inversing Michael Burry for the last couple of months, I guess, or at least on ARK and Tesla. But Tesla worked out. And I do think ARK with these technicals can bounce in the short term. Michael Burry is more of a fundamental trader. I don't really think he uses technicals that much. I was only looking at Tesla from a technical standpoint like a couple weeks ago when I was looking at the white, or a month ago when I was looking at the Wyckoff accumulation. And then on the ARK today, got some calls on it. So we'll see. I don't know. I respect Michael Burry, but sometimes I have different opinions. I still think the ARK can bounce. But again, if it does break these levels, then it can go lower for sure. I mean, if it breaks under 110, it has room back down to 108. So there definitely is potential to either side, but we'll see how this all plays out. And that's really it for the overall market coverage. The VIX was up 11% today. It was the highest close on the VIX like since August 4th. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Futures right now are relatively flat for the most part. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the market. We'll talk about Clover here in a second. I don't know if I missed anything in the chat. And doesn't look like I did. I don't think I missed too much. But yeah, keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 40 likes right now for hitting 3,000 subscribers. This is the milestone stream in celebration of all of you supporting the channel. And make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. The link's in the description. If you're not on the Discord, you're missing out. Apart from that, I mean, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So yeah, let's talk about Clover for a second here. it was red today. A lot of stocks were red today. All the major indices were red today, so can't be surprised there. It was down a few percent, and if you're watching last night's stream, I did say, you know, it could obviously have a red day today, tomorrow, whatever it is, but the white coffee accumulation still can be in play for however long it takes, right? As long as it really just holds above like the mid $7 area, this could go on for another month and you could still be calling it white coffee accumulation. And that's kind of what we were trying to talk about last night. Cheddar Freeze brought it up as well, where it doesn't exactly have to pinpoint move at each part of the schematic or each phase of the schematic. It just has to kind of show you all the variables you look for, like a sign of strength, like a backup, like a spring, all those different things, like last point of support, all those different terms that we talked about last night on stream. Those are what you mainly look for. And of course, the closer it is to the actual screenshots, the better. But yeah, I mean, for Clover, pulled back a little bit today, bounced into the close. I think the close right around the VWAP. 1 second here. So, I mean, going into tomorrow and the next couple of days, the options chain is still very, very loaded for Clover. That I don't think that can be argued. If we go all the way down over here, you still have around the same amount of calls for the $9, the $10, and the $15 strikes. If we go over to just this week alone, you still have very, very high premiums on all three of those strikes. Even the 12.5 on the weeklies, there's 35,000 open interest in the 12.5 calls. So pretty much most of the out of the money strike prices are calls overweighing puts, and then vice versa for the in the money, where the puts are overweighing calls. So looks pretty interesting right there. I mean, because technically those puts would be out of the money because they're betting on the price going even lower. But yeah, we're seeing a very interesting spread here. Like I said last night on stream, there obviously is a potential for a short squeeze with the FTDs, with the actual short interest. And then there's also a potential for a gamma squeeze with the options chain. But again, just because a stock has a potential for a squeeze doesn't mean it's going to happen. You need demand to bring up the price, right? The price has to be the first part of the equation. The squeeze does not happen if the price continues dropping. Demand and volume needs to come in to level up the price to give panic to shorts, so you can get a short squeeze, and also to get to new strike prices for calls and delta hedging to occur, and exercising, which I don't know if there's going to be much call exercising on Clover, but all those types of things, you need buyers to come in first. So I can't predict when buyers will come in. It's just kind of, you know, a waiting game for right now, in my opinion. So we'll see. From a technical standpoint, not much change. You still have the bullish crab, the Adam and Eve double bottom. On the daily chart, you still broke out of the wedge and have been going sideways. You still have the hidden bullish divergence playing out, which is not really doing much. And I don't know if there's any new low time frame technicals. There was a bullish pin bar candle over here today around 12:30, and then you follow that up with a bullish engulfing candle. So two really nice looking 1 hour candles today. Not much on the 4 hour chart. The MACD actually did go back to red on the 4 hour, which is not great, but there is no bearish divergence. It's just a regular crossover to red. And that's really it for Clover. I mean, it really is simple in my opinion. It's just kind of doing its thing for right now. In my opinion, probably the biggest thing that we could get for Clover, in terms of like a catalyst to bring up the price and to bring new buyers in, would probably be a price upgrade. I think other than that, like you've probably had every other catalyst you want. You had a good earnings. You had a bunch of different news about expansion. I believe dilution is lowering, so don't quote me on that. Actually, that's just something I watched in another video, but please do your own research there. I might be wrong. So it's just every other thing that you could probably want, at least for like a swing trade, is there. And then also from a long-term perspective, I mean, it's a monster company. They did a really, really good, or they had a really, really good improvement on revenue in the second quarter. They're working really, really hard for the Clover Assistant technology. They're expanding into new markets. They have direct contracting. Like, there's just so many different things going on. So in my opinion, it's just a question of when you can see float rotation, because right now there still is a lot of bag holders in this stock alongside a high institutional ownership, which pretty much means that you need new optimistic buyers to enter the float to bring up the price, because for right now you're just kind of seeing an equilibrium of supply and demand, right? You either have bag holders just diamond handing, or you have shorts trying to bring down the price, but everything's just kind of clashing together in this like $7 to $8 range for the last, I mean, month and a half, or really just like the last month. So yeah, thank you, Sean, for the subscription. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're enjoying all the streams, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Anything else on Clover that I missed? looks like overall volume might be lowering, but the algo score actually, this is something I just started looking at on Tradedics, where, you know, typically if you get this algo score to get above like the 0 mark, or actually no, it's the, what is it? Yeah, if score is greater than 0, it's bullish. So if you can get that above the 0 mark, it could be a little bit of a good indicator. I'm just trying to bring together as many things as possible and see what I could find. But we did talk about a lot on stream last night. And again, I mean, I put out a video on Clover yesterday morning. Yeah, I put out a video on Clover yesterday morning. That has like 1.5K views right now. And then the stream from last night has like 1,000 views or over 1,000 views. So thank you for everybody, you know, watching the Clover content. Still going to try and continue to give any updates. But for today, mainly not too much of a change, just a little bit of a pullback. No technical change. I don't think there was any fundamental change. Just kind of chopping along with the market for the short term. But relatively, I just want to see it continue to hold above the mid $7 area. It still has been bouncing off of 8 pretty frequently or pretty nicely. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. I mean, this week, the thing about this week is I feel like everybody's kind of expecting a move, because if you look at the August 20th options trade, it's kind of insane. And I just feel like at other times, it's like when everybody's expecting something to happen is when it doesn't happen, and then vice versa. But you never know. If the buys do come in, like I said earlier, there still always is the potential for some sort of a crazy move. But I would like to see some sort of a price upgrade to get like a nice push. But obviously I have no idea if there will be one in the short term / when there will be one next. But yeah, that's pretty much the majority of it for Clover. Let me see if I missed anything else in the chat. I believe, didn't Powell have like a meeting today with like, I think she had a freestyle like students or something. I don't even know what it was, but what else is in the chat that I missed? 1 like away from 40 likes right now. Co-creator says this guy really knows his stuff. I don't know everything. I know, I'd say a pretty decent amount of technicals, but there is always more to learn. There's still so much I don't know, and I'm still trying to learn something new every single day. But yeah, I mean, if you put 2 years of your life into something, doing it every single day for the majority of your day, hopefully you get pretty well educated on what exactly that craft is or that study is. So just, you know, I put in as much time as I can to learn more and more and more, and just share with all of you so you can all do the same. And now we're almost at 50 likes, so thank you for all the new likes. Keep hitting that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Chatter Free says retail data sales falling. We may be shifting spending from goods to services. Also the seasonality right now. Joel E options with the $10 tip. Let's go. Let's get some vibes in the chat right now. I was just talking to you on Discord about some stuff, but hope you're doing well. Thank you for yet another tip. I want to see vibes in the chat right now for Joel with the $10 tip. Really, really appreciate it. What else did I miss in the chat? I missed a lot in the chat. The guy says, ask any questions in the Discord. You'll be just as good as him in no time. Yeah, join the Discord. The link's in the description. That's where you can learn and learn and learn. That's also where I share my trade setups. Unfortunately, the swing trade setups have not been doing the best in the last month and a half. But if you're interested in options and day trades, that's what I kind of share in premium. I'm only bringing that up because that's what has been working for me in the past month and a half. More so than swings. You know, swings, you know, some of them are still doing well, especially the crypto trades that have been doing well. It's just right now it's not the best environment, you know. Metalman 1884 says Clove is looking so good and it's on sale. Hopefully we can get something going with Clover, you know, hopefully can do something. What else? Future is pushing red to green. Yep. We dig over Bitcoin at the start of the stream or around the start of the stream. And yeah, I still have so much more to read in the chat. Oh, I think it was also Ghost's birthday. I think Tar Heel was talking about it on the stream. So late happy birthday to you, Ghost. Ghost says, let's go champ. Finally caught a live stream. LFG Ghost. Hope you're doing well. Your vibes are always really, really good when I watch you on other people's streams. Max says, is it true that Clove CTO is presenting tomorrow somewhere? I do not know. I think that would probably be on their investor relations or media page on their website. Hopefully somebody else can help you out with that. A lot of LFGs in the chat and Clover emojis. Yeah, seriously, I said it before, but thank you to everybody in the Clover community kind of welcoming me with open arms. I've been talking about Clover all year since January when it was IPOC, but definitely in the past few weeks, the whole entire Clover community has been very, very nice to me, so I really appreciate that. Like last night, somebody even shared my stream on the Clover Reddit, and that definitely helped bring up a lot of views. And the feedback has been great. A lot of vibes in the chat. Thank you again for all the tips tonight, everybody, and for this insane milestone. 4,000 subscribers coming next. I mean, the crazy thing about it is, like, I think like 2 or 3 days ago, you know, we were at 2,800 subscribers. Like, the last few days have been insane for all the new subs. Like, I even said, I think like last night on stream, but like I was hoping to hit 3,000 by the end of the month. I didn't think I would hit it overnight. I woke up and I was at 3,000 subs. So I think I got like 75 new subscribers since my last stream, which is that's really, really awesome for one day. Go says, appreciate you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Yep. And yeah, I think that's most of the chat. Danny just subscribed as well. All right, so yeah, final note on Clover. Hopefully some sort of a price upgrade. Hopefully demand can come in so it can get float rotation, because the float is just not the best right now. But other than the float, everything is kind of there that I personally look for. Again, not financial advice, just I like sharing what's in my head. And truth be told, Clover has been in my head quite a bit for the last few weeks. There's just a few times since I've started trading where I wouldn't say there's any certainty, but I definitely do have you know, some sort of level of, like, how do I put this? There's a word for it. Great. My vocabulary is so bad. Some sort of level of, not certainty, but like, somebody help me out. I always have to ask the chat because I can't think of like the complicated words. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking for a very, very specific word. All right, let's see if somebody can give me the word in the chat. It's not faith. It's not hope. Your vocabulary is literally just, yeah, I just say literally and just, like, all the time. Not confidence, not intuition. Somebody needs to get this word, because, like, you know when you're thinking of a word and you can't. There we go. Oh, of course it was ghost. Conviction. Okay. There we go. I don't know how I couldn't think of that, but I'm sure if you've been watching the stream for a while, you know this happens to me all the time, where I just kind of space out. But yeah, conviction is the word. It's not really certainty, but it's like, I mean, conviction and confidence kind of are synonyms, but it's like the probabilities are aligning together, where it gives me a situation where I think the reward to risk is pretty good. Even if it does completely fail, which there's always a chance of happening, I think it's pretty low. Even if it does, you know, hit the stop loss or the swing idea, I still think eventually it's going to go up in the long term. But yeah. All right, thank you for helping me out in the chat there. Thank you, Cody, for the subscription. I don't know how many times I said thank you to stream, but I'm just super, super grateful right now for everything. And yeah, all right, so that's pretty much it for Clover tonight. Not too much to update on. I don't want to drag it out too much. We just got to wait until there's more to talk about. So yeah, I mean, if you're watching the stream for Clover, feel free to go watch my other Clover videos. If you want to stick around and learn about technicals while I talk about the rest of the ongoing trades, and I do take requests in about probably 15 minutes, feel free to stick around. Appreciate all the support tonight. And yeah, just final reminder, join the Discord if you're not in it. I will be doing a giveaway when we hit 2,000 members in the Discord. I don't know what the giveaway is going to be yet. I don't know if it's just going to be money, or if it's going to be merch, or if it's going to be, it could be whatever, but I'll figure it out when we get there. We're only like 50 people away from hitting 2,000 Discord members as well. So if you're not on the Discord, that's the place to be. Print says, big potential catalyst for Clover will be the results of the DOJ investigation that was filed back in February. Most likely will be in Clover's favor. Hopefully so. Yeah, that'll also be a big one. You know, that was back over here. I did lose money when the Hindenburg report came out and all the DOJ investigation stuff was happening, or, you know, released and whatever. That was probably my worst streak with Clover, but yeah, I think, you know, some sort of a clearance on all of that, or just some sort of a conclusion would be great, because it still has been ongoing by all the bears. You know, it's one of the main points. And I guess, yeah, fair point. DOJ investigation is something real, something that you have to be aware of as an investor. So yeah, definitely a fair point, and hopefully you can get some sort of just closure on that. You know, great point right there. And Cheddar Free says, you deserve it, CV. Build and they will come. Yeah, you always say that. I really love that quote. I even got Mr. Miyagi in the thumbnail of this video. He says a lot of stuff like that in the Karate Kid movies. But yeah, that's the whole entire point. Just trying to teach things the right way, not trying to clickbait or whatever. Just trying to share probabilities and psychology and I guess geometry, even though I failed geometry in high school. But I guess technicals are somewhat geometry, right? All right, so we have to look at the Fisker chart. This is kind of where it all started. It's pretty much the main reason why I started streaming. I just wanted to talk about Fisker. So we had to look at it, okay? Fortunately, it was another flat day, and unfortunately, the past week has not been great for Fisker since the offering. But like I said recently, I do think, I just got a super chat. I don't know if it popped up on the stream and I missed it. I think it's gonna pop up here in a second. If it doesn't, I'll mention it. But yeah, I mean, with Fisker and the offering, short term it's not great for day traders and swing traders, and obviously the swing ended up being a break even. It was literally like, this was pretty much the swing that the most recent one I put out. It was like literally this, something along these lines. And well, it wasn't perfectly like that, but something like that. It got like literally a couple % away from the target, and then the offering news came out. Like literally, I'm doing it again. Literally. Somebody pull up the meme. I just can't stop saying that word. I don't know why, but it was right there, and offering, and then boom, back down under 1450. I want to see it get back above 1455. That was the steel wall support in January, and we had a really good trade on Fisker, and it took off from there. But this time around, it broke under it, and hopefully it can get back above it. Otherwise, the next area of support would be $12, or the next major area of support. It could easily, go to 13 and bounce or whatever, but that $12 area was your low at the end of April. It was a little bit of a little bit of a choppy area in last August as well. And then even it could be the PCZ of a bullish Gartley, I think, if it drops down to that level. Yeah, would be like the perfect PCZ of a bullish Gartley as well. And there would even be a chance of getting classic bullish divergence if it drops down there. So if it does that, a bullish Gartley at historical support with divergence, I mean, that would be pretty cool. What's I gonna say? Yeah, so I don't know if it popped up and I just missed it, but Joseph with the 99, I don't know if 99-cent tips pop up as an alert. I don't know how. There's like some automatic settings on tips and stuff with Streamlabs. It's weird, but Joseph Scott O'Brien Electrician, thank you for the 99-cent super chat. Let's get some vibes in the chat for Joseph. Sorry it didn't pop up, or I don't think it did unless I missed it, but I did see it in my tip log and in the chat. So shout out to Joseph. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for all the nice words. Levy or Levi says Joseph has been donating to the community a lot recently. That's awesome. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Joseph, for supporting me and other content creators. It's definitely not an easy thing to take time out of your day every single day and try and build an audience. It does take, there's pressure to it. There's a lot of doubt sometimes, when numbers are down or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's always worth it to try and share what you know and just try and entertain other people or educate other people. Those are pretty much the two main ways or two main verticals of streaming, either education or entertainment. I definitely am more on the education side, but I try to be entertaining sometimes, I guess. It's just, I don't know how entertaining you can be about charts, but sometimes we do look at like dinosaur patterns or the solo car for entertainment, I guess. And then the guy says, we'll be using Joseph's electrical services. Yeah, if I ever have an electrical problem, I'll be sure to message you. But yeah, appreciate the vibes in the chat, everybody. So Ghost says Levi like the jeans. Okay, yeah. You had to ask, couldn't take it, LOL. Yeah, Levi like the jeans. Got it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Fisker. Now I'm going to take like 5 minutes out to just recap the rest of the ongoing swing trades. Newsflash, they're not doing too well, unfortunately. And then after that, we'll do take requests and I'll just talk to the chat for the rest of the stream. But if you're confused about what I mean by ongoing trades, if you're not in the Discord, which link is in the description, or if you don't follow me on Twitter at Champion Vibe, I do share, swing trade ideas over there. Like I said earlier, it's been a little bit of a rough patch in the past month or so with how like the small and mid cap market has been going, but we have had a lot of good weeks here and there. I'll try and pull up the sheet and look through it for a second here, just for newer people in the stream that are confused. I do also share the results of like every single week. Those first few weeks I didn't put the losses, I just put like the returns, but after week 5, I could just go through right now. Every single, I think we're like on week 40 or something, but yeah, they're all here on the sheet. Scott, thank you very much for the subscription. Yeah, the sheet's also publicly available. You could find it somewhere in the Discord. I think it's in the links section. And yeah, you know, it's been good and bad weeks. So just trying to do what I can with the swings in this type of a market. The guy with another tip, 333. The guy says Super Chat needs to put some respect on Joseph Scott O'Brien, electrician's name, best electrician in town, certified review right there. It's already on Yelp. I don't even know if you can review electricians on Yelp. Whatever app you can at this point. It's probably an app for that, electrician reviewing app. But yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the 333 tip. The guys get some vibes in the chat for yet another tip from the guy who is the lump in the Discord. Really appreciate it. And yeah, just quickly skimming through the sheet to show you, you know, how things look. I mean, this was definitely one of the best weeks, for sure. But not all weeks are like this, unfortunately. This week is kind of red. I mean, there are some winners like the crypto trades and stuff and a few premium ones, but not the best for, you know, those types of swings. So I'm just going to really quickly recap how the technicals are looking on those, because I like to just give updates on them. So first off, Microbast got stopped out after hours yesterday. I think earnings or something happened. Like I always say, earnings can always override technicals, and they definitely did right there. If earnings happen, I think somebody literally just told me that earnings happened. I literally didn't even know, because TradingView had like this like gray thing for earnings. It was stupid. I usually always search up when earnings are, but this one, like this gray E on the earnings sometimes confuses me. But yeah, I mean, it did, you know, hit that after hours. It wasn't like it just gapped down. Like literally after hours, it got down to that stop level yesterday, and today gapped down. So kind of most of the technicals are invalidated now. I mean, I've been talking about this one for like over a week now, how it was looking really good from a technical standpoint. Pretty similar to SoFi as well when I was talking about it for the last few weeks, and then earnings just did not work in the favor of the technicals, and they definitely override them. Apart from that, RES went down to the next support. We talked about this one last night, how it broke that 394 support, and that the next support was 357. So it broke one support, it went down to the next one, roughly bounced off of that. Hopefully it can continue to hold 357 the rest of this week and bounce back up over 4. The X trade is still up about 12% since the entry. It pulled back a couple percent today. Still looks bullish to me, not even overbought on the daily. Just kind of looks like it's chopping around a little bit with the market being weird, as it's already just went on a crazy run from 20 to almost 30. Finally, BlackBerry, it's just testing that $9.60 support. So not too much of a difference there. We did talk about this triangle that it broke down from, and now it's just trying to find support at 960, which is a very historical level. If you zoom out on the chart, it was resistance in April of this year, it was resistance in March of 2019, it was support in July of 2018, it was support in June of 2017. Very historical area. You always want to be zooming out on your charts and looking for those highs and lows from the past to try and use as supports or resistances for the present or the future. And then the doc trade, no update, didn't move today. So that's really it for pretty much all the daily recap. It took me about an hour to get through all of them, but we did just, you know, chop it up for a little bit, talking in the chat about the milestones and all the tips and everything and all the kind messages. So yeah, it's pretty much the majority of the recap from today. Going into tomorrow, pretty open-minded. We'll see what we get. Just this market right now is a little bit fishy. I'm not going to say fishy like it's bad, but just not as clear as it once was not too long ago. So I just still think day trades for me are the best way to kind of play this market. But still, if you know, we see some good swing setups, I'll try them, but it's just not been amazing for the recent weeks. I'm sure you can tell I'm tired, but trying to use all the rest of my energy. I don't know how much I have left after sleeping barely last night and doing a lot of different things today, but yeah, Bala, another day one in the chat asking about the dollar and the VIX. Dollar, it is trending higher. It's just kind of in like this, I don't see called like a really wide ascending broadening wedge, but at this point it doesn't really matter because it's like too wide. So you kind of just ignore all that. On the dollar, maybe a little bit of a cup and handle over here. If we go over to the 4 hour, could be a cup and handle formation on the US dollar, just like this. So see if this breaks above 93.18, that could be a breakout, and then you'd have resistance at 93.43 and then like 94.64. And then finally, we did look at the VIX earlier. It was up 11% today, kind of still within this choppy range between 16 and 19, though that's been in since the end of July. Let's see what else I missed in the chat. Joseph says, Vibes champion, appreciate the streams. 99 cents isn't nearly enough. Appreciate everything. Appreciate every single tip very, very much. Thank you. Thank you for dropping the Discord link in the chat, Cheddar Freeze. What else we got here? Yeah, keeping that like button. Let's get to 70 likes right now. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Co-creator says, drink a White Claw. I heard they're good for energy. I'm not old enough to drink yet. So I'm 19 right now, so in like a year and a half, I'll maybe drink a couple times on stream. So I don't want to really be drinking on stream or anything, even when I am old enough. Just want to kind of, you know, when I'm looking at charts, I want to be completely sober. You know, I don't want anything to be messing with my charting skills and I just read things incorrectly and I relay that to all of you. That's just not what I want to do as like an educator. So maybe if we're just having like a hangout stream or something, I guess, in the future when I'm old enough. But yeah, that's the majority of the recap from the day. Let's see how much tea I got left. Co-creator says, oh, then please don't drink. Question, how old do I look? Do I look like I'm 19? Do I look like I'm younger, older? Just drop whatever number you think my age is in the chat. And before we see some 90s and 80s and whatever. But like seriously, like if I didn't just say I was 19, what age have you assumed that I was before? 1 second here. Let's see. Co-creator says 22. Christopher says 16 months old. The guy says drunk champ would just put out the same alerts Medi does. Hey, Medi and you too, or you also, I don't know what I'm saying. But the clown alerts were not too bad. Let's see what you guys have cooking up for the analyst ideas section now. Medi says 22 if I didn't know you. KTF says 20 and a half. Yeah, not too far. All right, so that's pretty. So maybe I look a little bit older than I am, I guess. I always felt like I looked like young. Like I don't feel like I look 19. I feel like I look like 17 or something. I don't know. But good to hear that. And then Cheddar Free says you look your age. All right, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for all the likes. And yeah, we'll do ticker requests now. If you want me to take a look at a ticker, drop it in the chat. Probably do this for like 20 minutes or so. So we'll see how many I can get through. I'm probably not gonna be able to get to all of them, but it depends on how many there are. If there's not that many, then I'll try my best. Don't request anything that was up over 30% today. I personally don't like trading tickers, and I'm mainly looking at all these charts as swing trades, not day trades. I do day trade and I do long-term invest, but for the stream's sake, I mainly just look at things in the eyes of a swing trader. Also, don't request anything that IPO within the last month. I need data on a chart to read technicals on it, and then remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Paula with the correct answer says you look like you are some number of an age. Appreciate that. So let's see. I think if you dropped another ticker earlier, feel free to just drop in the chat again. I don't want to scroll up though because there's a lot. So I'm just going to start with Tesla and then Lucid. Tesla's already on my watch list, so I'll just scroll that down. Levi says, man, I'm 21. I wish I had done this type of stuff at 19. You're so ahead of the game. Keep it up. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, ever since I was probably 14, I've been really interested in not necessarily like stocks or technicals, but just like business in general. Started a clothing brand when I think I was like 15 or something. If you go to the Free Trading Movement website, I snuck it on the website. If you ever want to see like the hoodies and the caps, it's like, I could just show really quickly. But I did, I believe, sneak it onto, I don't know if I took it off. Let's see if it's still there. Champion vibe. No, it's actually, where's it? Oh yeah, support. No, I took it off. Great. All right, so it used to be on the website. Let's see if I can pull up any pictures though. I don't have any on my computer right now. There we go. All right, let's see. So how do I open All right, open image in new tab. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is going to be really small for whatever reason. Let me see if I can find a bigger one. The pictures kind of suck, but this is the hoodie. It's the Torch hoodie. It says Maiden Voyage on the side. That's me in this picture. It's kind of another front picture. And then the cap also is right there. I'm sorry for it being like so small. But yeah, started that clothing brand in high school. Don't really do much with it right now, but a bunch of other things. I've done drop shipping. I've done marketing. I kind of dabbled with a bunch of different business related things in the past 5 years. But trading definitely has stuck out to me the most, for sure. We did look at Solo and Clown to Wrapped Ether for like 2 minutes in the beginning of the stream. Yep. Alright, so I got a bunch of other tickers I gotta drop in here. Thank you again for all the tips tonight and the new subscribers. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about AMC. It's in the title of the video. Alright. Oh, we're gonna be looking at JMIA. I don't know if print is still in here. We used to look at that one quite a bit. Spotify, SPY hourly. We'll take a look at that first, I guess. Amazon FBA gang carry. FBA is awesome for sure. Alright, I think that's most of it so far, but look at the SPY 1 hour first for the lump who sent 2 other tips earlier. For something, oh yeah, Levi says, guess that's how you always feel then. Always wish you could have started younger, but live and learn. Yeah, I feel like everybody feels like that. Even I do, and I know it's kind of crazy to say, but imagine I started learning technicals when I was like 15 instead of starting learning them when I was like 17, you know? Max says, seriously, I'm 37. I wish I had an extra 10 years. Yeah, same thing there. You know, I think everybody always wishes they have more time. So the way I look at it is you just got to make the most of whatever time you do have, right? So everybody always, at the end of the day, no matter what age you are, is going to want more time, but you really can't get more time. So you just got to do whatever you can to make sure whatever time you have left, and you don't know how much time you have left. I don't know how much time I have left, and I'm sorry for this getting super deep right now, but that's just how I look at life, right? Every single day is just like an opportunity for you to try and improve and make the most of everything. Literally everything. Make the most of everything. So for the SPY 1 hour chart, taking a look at it, looks like it actually back tested this high from July 29th. It did go a little bit lower on like some scam wicks, but it closed all the candles above that. It was even a little bit of a low from August 9th, so I would say 441.8 is the biggest level I see on the hourly. If it breaks that, then it could have room back down to like 436.2. There is a gap to fill as well from today, and that's really it. I don't see too much apart from that. Yeah. Next up is Tesla. Been pulling back a little bit. It actually painted a bullish pin bar candle today over the 200-day moving average, which is pretty interesting. There's a gap to fill at 676 and a gap to fill at 714. So if this can just continue closing above the 200-day moving average, I think it looks still fine. Kind of looks like white coffee accumulation to me here as well. I've been talking about this for weeks, like that. So I don't know, maybe it could be entering the final phase. It looked like it was ready to go, but I guess the growth market kind of pulled it back for a little bit. I think the AI day is soon, if I'm not mistaken. And then maybe you could even just look at it like a little bit of like an upsloping channel, ascending broadening wedge, something like that. That's probably how I would line it up. Next up, we got a similar stock, which is Lucid, which broke out of a triangle to the downside yesterday. Was down 1% today. Looks like a gap down, but it did bounce off of this $22 support, which was support on July 20th, June 16th, June 3rd, April 28th, March 24th, March 8th. So pretty historical area. If it breaks this, and I think the next level is around like the low $21 area, which is a 200-day moving average. This is not really a complete triangle, so it's not the end of the world that it broke to the downside, but I would like it a lot better above 24 bucks. That was your bigger resistance that you broke back under. You try to get above it on August 11th, but you really couldn't reclaim it. Next up is LOTZ, one of the most beaten down SPACs. There's a gap fill at 451, but I really want to see this start getting above and holding above 4. That was your previous all-time low from May. You broke under it last week, and now you're kind of using it as resistance. I want to see it close every single day above that level for me to be more confident in it because of this downtrend it's been in pretty much forever. And then eventually if it breaks the upsloping channel, it could have room back up to 643 to test that, but has a lot of work to do first. AMC, we talked about this last night. We talked about the hidden bullish divergence. We talked about this descending broadening wedge, and then also how Cheddar Freeze is looking at it, a falling wedge and the breakout. And I did also have this 3867 level charted last night on stream. And what happened today? It went up, it tested that level roughly, and it pulled back. So it was up 4% today in a red day for the growth market. A lot of other meme stocks were also up in the morning. I think GameStop was up and BlackBerry was up as well. Clover tried to go green for a little bit, but couldn't really hold it. So yeah, that's really it for AMC. It looks good to me, but it still has to clear above that 3867 cent resistance, and then your biggest support's like 2950-ish from your double bottom at the beginning of this month. If it breaks over 3867, it could have room to 51. Upstart is next. Around all-time highs, it beat on earnings, had a gap up. I think 165 is your support now. It was your previous high from March 23rd. It was kind of where you gapped up to after earnings. So 165 is what I would like to see it hold above. I guess it does have this other previous all-time high from June 4th at 192 roughly, which actually that was almost your low of the day. It did go down to like 190, so it went a little bit under it. But yeah, other than that, I don't really see too much. It is overbought on the daily. I don't really see much of a 1 hour setup. That's really it for that. Microsoft, just the trend is your friend for right now. There's hidden bullish divergence on the daily for Microsoft, which implies a continuation of this uptrend. It's really been in forever, but obviously especially since the COVID crash. So your current support is your previous supply line. Your previous resistance is upsloping line, which was your resistance. You broke out of it to the upside, and it already showed that it became your support right over here. So if it ever just dropped back down, you'd be hoping for that to be support. You do have a gap fill at 281 as well for Microsoft. And for Fibonacci, I would just go from this high over here to this low over here, like so. And your 2618 would be around 300, which is also a psychological resistance. I'll look at the chat in a second. I know I've missed a bunch of chats, but I just want to finish doing these takers on my watch list. Zoom is up next. This is your make or break area. This 345 level was where you gapped up to in last September. It was your resistance in April of this year. It was your support in July of this year. And now you're testing the level again. That is it. This is the make or break area. If it doesn't hold this area, I think it could head back down to the lower $300 range. If it can hold this area, then it could head back up to the 200-day moving average at 368. JMIA is next. JMIA is at a very interesting area, this $18 level. It was your support back in April and May of 2019. Kind of turned into resistance in October last year. It was also your low on May 11th of this year, and you're back at it. You're a little bit kind of under where you bounced off of in May, but this could also be kind of looked at as an alternate bat harmonic pattern. From the B to the D point is at a 2618 Fibonacci extension. From the X to the D point, it's between the 886 and the 1.13 Fibonacci extension, so maybe a little bit of an alternate bat. There is also a chance for classic bullish divergence if the MACD starts waning back towards green. So it's also at another make or break area for JMIA. Hopefully you can bounce around this level. If not, then maybe the 113 could be next. That's just Fibonacci, we'll see. Then Spotify was not able to hold 220. This also could be turning into an alternate bat as well. And also has a chance of classic bullish divergence if the MACD goes over to green. So very, very similar to JMIA. And then 200 is a psychological support, but also it was your resistance in June of last year and August of 2018. So that's pretty much most of those ticker requests. All right, let's see what else I missed in the chat. See if I missed any messages. Sorry if my camera's like really bright. I don't know if it is. I can't really tell because my other monitor does not really show the picture that well, but like the picture of my camera or the brightness level. But I just set it up really quickly when I was trying to set everything up when I got home today. So I'll check it again tomorrow. I just have a lot of OCD around how the stream looks and how it sounds and all that. Yeah, I did forget to do the 1 minute time frame on the clown crypto that you requested. I'm so sorry. Bala says, why are you using dashes on some supports and solid lines on others? You're probably looking at alerts. Like if I go over to Bitcoin, these dashes are not necessarily supports or resistances. Those are just where I set up my alerts on TradingView. So when it comes down to that level, it'll give me a notification. I think there is a way to hide it, but I like seeing where they are. Oh, Cheddar Freeze already answered that for me. Thank you. A lot of numbers in the chat. Co-creator says that was my locker number in high school. I still really don't like locks. I mean, why do they have to be like, I don't even remember, what was it, like 3 times to the right, 2 times to the left, 1 time to the right? Like, they're not confusing once you kind of memorize them, but they're just, why make it so long? Why can't you just have like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3? I don't know. There's probably different types of locks. That was really random, but that was always a pet peeve I had with my lockers and stuff. But I did get pretty good at just, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then it's open. Just kind of doing really quickly. Just, I guess it's muscle memory. Cheddar Free says, I think Lump was also charting JMIA in the Discord. Neutron Flux Lab says, Champion Vibe, let your guest streamers do it and then you won't ever worry about lighting again. Let your guest streamers do it. What do you mean by that? I'm not too sure. I'm very confused by your last 2 messages, Neutron Flux Labs, but I mean, bringing up the point about guests, definitely want to start having some guests on the stream. I might reach out to some people, but I've really only done a couple collaborations. I've had a bunch of opportunities, but you know, I feel for the most part, the way I kind of do my streams is just kind of like a solo thing. I mean, back in the day, we used to do a few streams with Christian and Guy and Hat. They just hop on the Discord with me and we just talk about whatever. Those were really good streams as well. So definitely want to start doing something like that again. I was even thinking about starting like a podcast for a little bit, but then, you know, a lot of people were just kind of saying what I already do is kind of like a live podcast every single night. So don't even know if that makes sense. Also, it takes a lot of time to do that. Co-creator says, study a bit on how safes work. I will try to remember to do that. KTF says, did I miss a talk on Burry and Kathy? I don't really talk much about what's, you know, the feud there. I mean, Burry got puts on her ETF, and I think Kathy also said something along the lines of, you know, he was great for the 2008 crash, but he doesn't really understand innovation or something like that. But just roughly touch on it. I mean, at the end of the day, both of them are very smart and well respected in the trading and investing world. I'm sure both of them will be wrong and right in the future at some point about different things. I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of egos involved there, but I don't know either of them personally, so I can't really speak too much on that. I think it's kind of entertaining to watch what's going on there. I guess I hope neither of them get wrecked. Hopefully they both somehow end up making money. I never ever wish for anybody to lose money. Doesn't matter who it is, how rich they are, whatever it is. Like, I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that, you know, make jokes about, you know, stuff like that. I know there's a lot of other people on like Twitter and stuff that share like, you know, huge losses and other people clown on them and stuff. Like at the end of the day, I never want to see anybody losing money. So that's not like anything I joke about, or I don't know. It's just something I kind of don't take lightly. So I wish everybody success. That's the only way I kind of look at things. Buns says, I think the music is broken. I don't know if there's an issue with the music right now. Let me know if anybody else is having some issues listening to the music. We finished all the take requests for the night. Medi, that is true. If nobody gets wrecked, then we will have a flat market. That is correct. Unfortunately, somebody has to lose and somebody has to win. Medi says music is good. Co-creator says I like the music. I think the music should be fine. I don't know if it's on your end through your speakers or whatever, but yeah, not too sure there. But yeah, KTF says, feel like Kathy will be the long-term winner and Bray will win in the short term. As long as everybody can win, I'm happy. Yeah, Kathy, I think definitely does have a longer-term outlook on a lot of things compared to Michael Burry. I mean, the whole entire ARC Innovation Fund is kind of centered around, 5-year outlooks and stuff like that, which is what she always talks about on CNBC. So, what a stream. What a stream for sure. First stream back from Miami. College starts at the end of this month, so that's just going to be annoying for me, but it's not going to affect any of you. I'll still be streaming every night. I'll still be in the Discord every single day, but it'll just be kind of something else that I have to, I don't know if I want to say worry about, but keep on my mind and work on doing. But it is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Thank you again for all the tips. Tonight, Print, thank you yet again for the very, very generous tip earlier. And what else? I don't know if I missed anything else in the chat. Neutron Flux Lab says, I want Print headshots to request something. Yeah, I said it before, but Print always has unlimited taker requests for life. Oh wait, you just did request something? Did I miss it? If I did, just type it in the chat again, but I'm sorry if I did miss it. There's just a lot of chats. Bun says, how was Miami? It was good. Good as always. I used to live in Miami, so not like anything that I didn't expect. But it was good. Levi says, going into my senior year of college, hang in there, man. Awesome, and good luck, and also congratulations for your first 3. Co-creator says, much love, CVC is soon. Have a great night, everybody. Have a good one, co-creator. Thank you for all the support. Print says, everyone give special vibes to Neutron Flux Labs 28, Medi, Cheddar Freeze, Bala. They work really hard to make the stream in Discord the best it can be. Yeah, shout out to all of the people helping me out, from all the Discord moderators, to all of the YouTube moderators, to the social media team, to Medi doing the timestamps, to all the people, messaging me kind words and motivation and giving me advice. A lot of people have really helped guide me in a good direction. People with a lot more knowledge and wisdom and experience than me, being that I am probably one of the more younger traders, in this space. So I appreciate everything from everybody. Again, I would not be in this position without every single one of you watching the stream in the Discord, on Twitter. So yeah. Really appreciate all the support. Jim Larson says, I'm 60 years old and you're my favorite stream. Don't change. Appreciate that as well. Hope you're doing well, Jim. And yeah, special vibes for all of you. Let's get vibes in the chat for all of you for helping me get to 3,000 subscribers. Other than that'll be it for the stream. My laptop battery is currently on 13%, and I still have to do the timestamps and the social media stuff and all that. We'll have to post all that stuff and share that. There's stuff I also have to do after the stream every single night, so I have to save some battery for that because I only have two inputs in my MacBook laptop, so I can't really charge it while I'm working because then I can't use my mouse. I digress, but thank you very much for watching the stream. Really appreciate all the support. I'll be live again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST. Until then, you can see me in the Discord, or you can meet a bunch of other traders. The link is in the description. Another new all-time high on the premium memberships today, so thank you all of you as well. So everybody's supporting me. I really appreciate it. And Goldminer07 says, you're amazing for your age and should be an inspiration for a lot of young guns, champ. Thank you very much for that kind message, Goldminer. Neutron says, well, champion vibe, it might be at a bigger level if you don't spill the tea on it. If you didn't spill the tea on it, yeah. I still didn't even finish my tea. I guess I've just been talking so much. But yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you didn't already. And I'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST. Peace out. I'll play the same song that I played in the beginning of the stream. I just found it before the stream. It sounds really good. So I'll just replay this song. Oh, got one more message. Hold up. I don't want to miss any messages, but KTF says new all-time high on the subs. Yeah, all-time highs everywhere. Subscribers, views, Discord members, premium members, Twitter followers. Like, my life is crazy. Thanks to all of you. I really appreciate it. Neutron Flux Lab says keep grinding no matter your age. Good night, Medi. Co-creator says shout out to the CLOV fam that came in to support Steve's channel. Yep, shout out to all of you for sure. And yeah, that'll be it for the night. Everybody have a great one. I'll see you again tomorrow night. And until then.